So I just got like this wave in my crown chakra that was like kind of blissful. It's like, woo, that was a nice feeling.
Is it my copper?
Oh, maybe it is.
During your meditation today, I was told to put these on today.
Were you? Oh, well, something's working. I just felt this wave of energy. So
did you feel a difference with it, Mandy?
I've been looking at your text messages. I haven't like been dropping into it yet.
Whew. Hello, YouTube and TikTok. I am doing my weekly live channeling, and we're going to try something new today. If you have a question, I have created a link. Hi, Teresa. If you want to submit a question, we're going to try. Be patient with us if we mess things up. But it is there's a link in my bio if you want to submit a question. And if I've been channeling for a while and you submit the question, then we'll add it to next week. So, okay. Well, Mandy, I went ahead and bought some copper bracelets and have been wearing this.
Where'd you get them from?
Etsy. It was, I think it's just like they just literally took a copper wire and bent it. And so I'm like, I could have done that. It was like $40 for.
If Jen could get me to do this, we can make copper bracelets.
Oh, totally. Those are cool. Yeah. We definitely need to make some of those.
Yeah. Jen's really, really good at it.
Yeah. All right. If you're on TikTok or YouTube, I'm doing my weekly live channeling with the Wisdom Keepers for my Ascension membership. So if you're not in the Ascension membership, you're welcome to submit a question through the link in my bio. And I don't know what it looks like for you guys. I tried to put the link on the screen. I don't know if it works, but I guess we'll find out. If you submit your question when I'm getting ready to end, then we'll put it on to next week. But yes, I pushed record before I started meditating because I'm like, I don't want to lose this one again. Okay. Well, I will be back. Let me turn my music off here. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Okay. We are here to assist you with this transmission of light and energy to help exchange with you the concepts and understanding of yourself from a new perspective that helps you to create the ability to ascend with your thoughts and mind. As many of you may have been noticing that the world is shifting and changing very quickly. Many of you are having a hard time grasping time, as time is shifting and changing along with you as you all ascend. Time is a construct that is created with your ego, with the mind, with the third dimension. And we want to explain how dimensions are created based on thought and belief. When you think, you create. You are the creator of your reality. When you are thinking, you are often thinking in a way that something outside of you is in control. This is the third dimension. This is how you have lived most of your life, by thinking that the things around you control you. You have also struggled to understand that the emotions and the ideas and the feelings that pop up in your mind or reality have not been a part of your abilities to manage. Many of you in the recent years have begun the process of training yourself through what you may call healing. The healing process is what allows you to rewire the thought process. And this is because the energetics that you pulled into your frequency and body through experiences that you have had created the thought forms that you then manifest with. So, in order for you to create new thought forms, you must become aware of the thought you are thinking. In this, you are then able to train yourself into a higher frequency mind by reconnecting with your higher self or the oversoul that is projecting itself into this physical experience, and then allowing that part of yourself to navigate and guide you along the path in your human experience. Many of you have been battling with your own selves, creating the ideas in your mind that you cannot move forward in certain ways or directions. However, this is a limiting thought that was created in the third dimension. As you continue to ascend and move into higher frequency, you will begin to become more aware of how you are thinking. As you recognize your thoughts, this shifts the quantum field around you, which then opens up the ability to not necessarily control, but shift the reality outside of you. As humans are unable to control others' reality, as you all come with the free will to create exactly what you desire. Now, some of you may have others in your life that you would like to have thinking like you, believing like you, behaving like you, but this is not something that you can change. In the third dimension, all beings are individualized. Therefore, they must think as an individual. As you ascend into a higher frequency, into a fourth dimensional thinking, and eventually to a fifth dimensional thinking, the thinking shifts from an I to a we. This is why you are seeing more humans on Earth beginning to think differently about the collective, think differently about each other, think differently about events taking place on your Earth. Some of you are wrapping yourself in concern over these events. However, we encourage you to remember that even concern is a third dimensional thought. This is a very hard thing for humans to comprehend because they believe that worry helps. However, it amplifies the thing that you wish to end. We will help you through this process as long as you allow yourself to receive the guidance from the wisdom that comes from your higher perspective. In that wisdom that comes, you will see your thinking and be able to shift it. There is not necessarily a correction, as there is no right or wrong that you are really truly moving in. It is more so an awareness and an experience, a understanding, an ability to explore yourself in a new way. And many of you on Earth have explored yourself in the third dimensional thinking and are ready to begin to explore yourself in a fourth dimensional thinking. But this thinking is more requiring you to think as a we instead of an individual I. In this new frequency that you will move into, you will notice there are contradictions in your energy field and with those around you. And as you notice the contradictions coming up more often, this is evidence of your shift. Many of you think this is a negative thing, but it is an evidence of your ascension. By you becoming more uncomfortable with what might be taking place around you, because your inner knowing knows that these things are not in alignment with your higher truth or where you originally are from in the energetics of love from source. We know that as you ascend, you will be able to comprehend this more. But at this moment in time, this is where humanity is currently, and learning through the process of their experience how to navigate their thoughts into a higher frequency. We hope this helps, and we are now ready for your questions.
Gina?
Yeah, I have a question regarding healing our bodies. So I have a couple of areas in my body that I've injured, and I would like to know if I have the ability to heal it. I really do believe that, but I don't know maybe specific steps that I need to go through in order to make that happen. So wanted to get more insight on that.
This is often the block that humans have, is that they need a step to do something. When you believe, it is. Is this correct?
Yes.
So the struggle with the human comprehension of this is in your, as we were just speaking, a third dimensional mind, in the mind of a human, you create these obstacles and thoughts where you must be or do or perform something to achieve something. And that is actually necessary for you as a human, as that's what gives you the experience. If you were to come here and not have these things, you would not need to be a human, as you are in your original form, capable of thinking and being at any moment and any time. But in this field of consciousness and the third dimension that you are currently residing in, or in the lower frequencies of this particular part of the universe, this is a part of your development and understanding to give yourself choices and ideas and performing steps to complete something. But as you ascend, as you learn more about yourself, you will realize that those things are not necessarily always a requirement to achieve something. So the first thing we would encourage you to do is to focus on believing the thought as you say you do. I believe I am healed. I believe my body can change. But in that, do you have a thought that thinks, I don't know if I can do this? Or you say it and you believe it and you expect it, and then it does not happen as quick as you desire because you are in a lower frequency form and things take time to manifest in your reality. And you give up and you think, I did not do it. This is not possible. So as you hold a focus, as you believe, as you continue to allow yourself to hold the frequency of trust without the need to fix, perform, or do anything in the physical other than what your soul may prompt you to do, then these things can be achieved. There are circumstances outside of your own physical healing that do require you to take steps. This is what it means to walk by faith. So as you do so, all that really truly matters is that you remember that you are the creator of your reality, that you can manage your circumstances through your thoughts. But the thoughts are often not in alignment with the truth because they are being controlled by your ego mind and creating ideas on how it must be done. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
I have a question for Jen. She wanted to know, are there any red crystals that were used in Atlantis and Lemuria in Lake Michigan currently?
Yes, there were what you call red crystals used in many of the different ancient cultures these red crystals held a frequency that allowed those around them to manifest more quickly. And these crystals have been hidden in many ways from the human public in order to keep them from being used at this time. Over the next years and centuries, Earth will begin to shift, and you will see more of the tools that were used at that time resurfacing, as you are already seeing this happening now through the idea of using things on your earth that were given to you to amplify your energy, such as crystals. We hope this helps.
So are there any in Lake Michigan close to her?
They are not able to be found at this time.
Okay, thank you. Laura.
Yes, I recently started to remember parts of my dreams. And I had a dream a couple weeks ago that I was kind of jumping from location to location, kind of having like a bird's eye view. I suspect now that I was astral traveling. And if so, who was with me? Because I felt like I knew who was with me, but I just don't remember. If it was an ancestor, a guide, my late husband, Jay. And then I have another question after this.
This could be a couple things. We want to ask you a question. Were you recognizing the places that you were visiting?
Yes, I wish I had written down because I went back to sleep and then I forgot. But I remember feeling like I had maybe been there before, but it was also surprise. And I don't know if it was because of my viewpoint.
What we can see was taking place in your soul's frequency was working out some of the things that your soul is ready to release, visiting different timelines, different places, different energies that you once held on to, and working with that part of yourself to help release it. What you did not realize is that you were actually supporting your own self by doing so, and you did have a guide with you, helping to guide you through this process. This is another thing also to keep in mind as you are in your awake state, to keep your mind focused and on a task and remembering who you are in the daily process of your ascension. As many things are taking place now in the quantum field, in your dream state, as many of you are having dreams and visions right now, because the shift is becoming closer. And you will begin to have these at a more rapid race. And many of these are messages that are coming to you from your own self to help navigate you through this ascension. We hope this helps.
Yes, it does. I have another question. I'm curious if the reason I haven't remembered a lot of my dreams in many years past is due to trauma and my nervous system protecting me.
You could call it that, however, is due to frequency.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kim?
Yes. I have been reading Angie's book, Leaf Lessons. And in that book, she states that forgiveness is a real important step towards your trauma. So I was wondering if my dad is waiting for me to forgive him, or if he feels that he has been forgiven. He is passed, and he's been passed for about 20 years. So I was just very curious.
A spirit does not necessarily wait for a human to forgive them. There is no waiting once you leave the human experience. There's no time. So in some aspects, if there is a need to forgive, that is on your end. It is the process of allowing yourself to release that energy, to no longer allow that obstacle that was created in your life to be a part of what you hold on to as an identity. And in that process, it will naturally move into the frequency of those who were involved in any trauma you may have had on earth. So we will use this example. When you have had a trauma with someone and you hold on to that trauma and you create a frequency within you that then becomes your identity, you are allowing that person and that event to be in power over you. The forgiveness is not necessarily saying the event was okay. It was not okay in most cases, as anything that is not love is not necessarily something that is invited or wanted in an experience. However, due to the third dimensional thinking and the frequencies in the third dimensional world, these things do take place. And when they take place, they can be used for an experience to grow from or learn from or experience yourself from that frequency that was created in that event. As you begin to learn that you have held on to something such as a belief or energy from an event that happened in your life, such as a trauma, you will begin to see when you release this, and you can use the word forgiveness for this, that that event no longer is going to be a part of who you are and will clear out your ability to connect with parts of yourself that you have not yet been able to connect with since the event took place and since you have been holding on to it. As this takes place, as your frequency shifts and change, the beings that were connected to you or the person that was involved with you in that event would also receive some type of frequency shift and change. However, they must go through their own process of letting go of anything that may have been held on from that event as well. Once a spirit transitions into the higher form, the non-physical in which they have originally come from, they are able to see the events from a different angle. They are able to experience it. They are able to feel and know them from all angles of everyone involved with that event. And in that, they can so choose to try to get the attention of the human on earth to ask for forgiveness or to let them know that this is something I should not have done. However, it is also up to the human whether they want to have that contact, as sometimes humans do not due to the events that took place. In that case, these individuals will both transition in the time that they are meant to, and then likely come back to Earth to try again, to do something else together, to then experience and learn, and then hopefully come to a place where they can let go of those karmic energies they have pulled into their soul frequency. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. That was very interesting.
You're welcome.
Gina?
Yeah, I'm wondering what the benefits of copper metal is to the body when we wear it. What's the significance of that?
It regulates your nervous system. It regulates your energetic field. It allows you to channel more energy in a focused way. It gives you the ability to enhance your natural gifts. It is a gift that was given to humans through the earth. And because it holds earth frequency, it also helps to ground you. And so as you work with the copper energy, it clears energy for you, opens energy for you, and helps you channel energy more freely and effectively. We hope this helps.
Yes. Are there other metals that are also important to wear that would do similar things?
At this time, there are not any other metals that would be supportive or helpful. However, you are able to use any tool that you would like with a focused energy to move energy through you in a focused way, such as crystals or pendulums or anything else that you would like to use. However, we encourage you to use natural objects that come from the earth, as these are things that were given to humans to help remind them of who they are. So even though at this time We do not personally see anything on earth that would enhance your energy as much as copper does at this time. It does not mean that in the future you will not find some of these tools as things resurface for humanity. We hope this helps.
Yes, I have one more question. So I get tingles or little chills that come upon my body, and they occur when I'm talking to my spirit guides, or today they happened when I was talking to my trees outside, or if someone mentions something about truth, they come in. I'm trying to maybe understand more when like my spirit guides come into my energy space, or differentiating between when am I receiving these, why am I receiving these symptoms. Can you give me more clarity around that?
This is an agreement you've made with yourself to feel the quantum field shifting around you. It is a way for you to use your nervous system and your energetic field to speak to yourself and to resonate with something that is aligned with truth, or to discern whether it is not. So, humans, some of you have the ability to feel energy in a way that allows your nervous system to react, and what is happening is you are reacting to the energy shifts around you. And it is giving you clues and insights and knowing through your sensing of what is coming through as truth or something deceptive. So, what you also were asking was, do you feel your guides around you? Well, one thing is your guides are never not around you. So, in some sense, there's not a way to not feel them other than to ask them to leave, which they will not, and they do not want to. So, what you can do is discover what it feels like by working with them and asking them to show you what it feels like when they are close to you or when they have moved far away in some sense, as there's not really a close or far for them because they are with you at all moments and all times. As we told Angie recently, as she was traveling, she asked us, where is my guardian angel and how is it keeping up with me while I drive? And we thought it was very funny because we do not keep up with anything. We are always where we are. We are present at all times. So when you think you feel something, it is not necessarily that something has come near you or your spirit guides have come near you. It is that you have opened up your ability to sense and feel them being near you. We hope this helps.
Yes, very much. Thanks so much.
You are welcome.
Mary?
Yes, last Friday, we were outside. It was nighttime, and there was objects in the sky kind of moving around a little bit. Can you tell me what those were?
Hello, we are here. That is what they were. You are having interactions with many of us, not necessarily us specifically, but there are many of us visiting you at this time. And those of you that hold a frequency that is able to connect with us will have these visitations. Angie has had a few of them recently, as we know many of you others have as well. So this was just an awareness that you are not alone. We are with you. We are assisting humanity in this ascension, and we are watching closely what is taking place. We hope this helps.
Oh, yes. Thank you. In the Bible, it says, cover your crown. Can you tell me what that means?
It means to protect yourself from things that could come against you that distorts your mind. The things that might keep you from knowing yourself, hearing from yourself, or experiencing yourself in a frequency that is connected to your true form, your soul or spirit self. Many of the things on earth were created as distractions to keep humans from connecting with selves. And so that was a text given to remind humans that it is necessary at times to make sure you are protecting your thoughts, which is through the crown. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
Lori?
Yes, I have a question. I'm very confused about my hearing right now. I have poor hearing as far as talking with people. I should be wearing my hearing aids, but sometimes I just don't. But That's a whole nother story. But I'm having really a lot of problems with my hearing as being amplified in other areas. Like if I'm around a lot of people, I just can't stand a lot of noise. I just bought headphone canceling headphones so I can just not be around a lot of noise. Sometimes even the birds outside are so noisy, and that's just ridiculous. So I don't know what's going on with me.
Well, there are two things taking place at this time. Your nervous system is shifting and changing as you ascend, which is causing your senses to be impacted and affected. So, what we would encourage you to do is to ground in your energy and to allow yourself to feel safe in your own body. And this will then help to dim down some of the thoughts. However, the hearing that you are having is enhanced simply because of your ascension. And some of these will even out as you continue to ascend. And we also want you to look through the thoughts in your mind where you were once creating a thought that sound was hard for you, or there was a moment in time in your history of a human being in this lifetime where something took place where you may have plugged your ears or thought something was irritating. There is a possible trauma held in your nervous system and body that you can work out and through and release. And this will help some of the hearing process to return. We hope this helps.
Yes, I used to have terrible earaches when I was younger, and I don't know, that might be a possibility.
We
of
do see
trauma.
this. We see you as a young child putting your hands over your ears. We could look deeper into this. However, there's not necessarily a need at this moment. There is just a trauma that you hold on to with that part of your body. And we hope this helps.
Yes, and I have a follow-up with Mary's question. How is the best way to protect your crown?
By protecting your thoughts, by being
Okay.
aware of yourself, by sensing and feeling and knowing yourself in a way that you notice when you are not in alignment with yourself. This is through the senses and feelings that you are given as a human. Your emotions are your navigation center. So when you feel off, take note. Where am I off? Where am I focusing my attention? Am I worried? Am I confused? Am I overthinking about something? And then come back to center and ground and refocus on the moment you are in now. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
Angie and I were talking, and there have been about 11 scientists linked to sensitive programs like anti-gravity that have disappeared or have been killed possibly. Can you give us any information on this?
Let us check if this is allowed at this time. What we can tell you at this point is that there are things being exposed on Earth that some are not wanting to happen. Some of these scientists are no longer on Earth, but others still are, as they are either, hold on, let us check on something. We are being told to be careful with this information that we give you, as we do not want to cause fear in the human mind. That is the last thing that we would like to do for all of you. However, we would like you to be aware that things are shifting and changing, and that those on Earth that are aware of this are attempting to prevent that. However, that is something that has already been placed in the timeline of Earth and will be completed, but they will attempt in any way possible to prevent it. However, we want to give you hope that those such as this vessel and others who are rising up in a way to expand the thought of humans, to let them know things that maybe they have not been aware of before, are going to be a part of the exposure as well, as it is already taking place now. As you are speaking with us, we are exposing you. We are giving you insights of things beyond your limited human experience and mind. So the contact has taken place. And that is exactly what some of them on Earth that have, hold on, let us check something. As some of you may be aware, there are forces on your earth that do not want to lose control. And these are the ones that are struggling to allow the process to take place to move forward. However, we are very aware of what is taking place. And this is all we can share with you at this time.
Thank you. Gina?
Yeah, I've got a question. Recently, I came upon something called CIA codes for the body, and there's also something called quantum healing codes. Can you tell me if those actually work for the body, and how do we get more information on this?
These are the interpretations of light codes that we hold in higher frequency. We do not necessarily need to use a code to access these devices or healing abilities. They are just something that is ingrained in the field around us, or what you might call the energy around us. But on Earth, you have access to them through understanding of the mind. And this is given to humans through the thought form of numbers or codes or sound frequencies that can help maneuver energy through the human experience and body and around the quantum field of a human. This also impacts the Earth's frequency. And as the more of you understand these codes, as you do not necessarily need to have the actual code, it is more the understanding and belief. As all of these things that have been hidden from humanity for such a long time have been created in the ideas that they give power to individuals on Earth. And so when you learn about these tools, they have been used as a not necessarily positive experience for Earth. And so we encourage you to be careful and to understand the power of them. Use them for good, use them for love, and use them for the enhancement of all human consciousness to ascend into a unified ability to see themselves through a higher conscious mind. That is what we will leave you with upon that topic. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
Deb?
Thank you. My question is, the other night I had like a dream that it was like I was looking at a picture, but then it turned into like real life. And it seemed like I was looking at me, but it was a different me. It wasn't my body. And then as I was looking at me, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I knew it, I was looking at me, but I was like in a different place. I was in front of me. And the people around me, like, they were people that I knew, but
Yes.
I can't exactly remember.
You were getting a glimpse into another timeline in which you were existing at this point. As some of you, we have spoken about this before, are visiting other timelines to support yourself in that timeline. As you are all ascending and releasing karmic energy, some of you are going to another timeline in which you have existed, what you will call a past life or even a future life, and assisting with a part of yourself to help clear energy so that your entire being can ascend. This is not just you in this lifetime. It is all of the yous that have existed, the we consciousness. That is why when you move into a higher frequency, there is no I. we do not refer to ourselves as I's, even though there is a possibility as we descend into a lower frequency to take on the identity of an I, but we do not have the ability to comprehend that in our form or in our field of consciousness, because that is not existent here beyond the third, fourth, and fifth dimension. We are always unified. So as humans begin to project themselves into new thoughts and new realities in a higher conscious mind, they are letting go of patterns, behaviors, and ideas that they have developed, not just in this lifetime, but in all lifetimes. This is not necessarily something to be concerned about in your current reality, but it is something your soul is working on through the dream state. And because of your frequency rising, the remembrance of your dreams is becoming more relevant, or having the ability to have those conscious awarenesses of these things taking place. But it is not something to worry about or to really spend much time thinking about. Just trust the process that your soul is going through and what it naturally does to help itself experience things. We hope this helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Mary?
Yes. At pre-dawn, before the sunrise, I'll be outside, and all of a sudden the birds will start singing. Can you tell me what's happening at that moment?
The frequency is shifting, and they are all reacting to the awakening. In many ways, your Earth's sun is like the God as it gives it light. And so the sun is reacting with the earth, which is reacting with the frequency of the animals. You may see that all animals begin to scatter about at that time the sun returns to your part of the planet, because their energy starts to be enhanced at that time. Just like humans, energy decreases when the sun releases from that part of the earth and then returns to another part to then awaken the human. This is the process that was given to Earth to allow Earth to have time to release and to have focused energy back into the quantum field of higher dimensions. This is why in the dream state, you revisit your true self and have connection with it and get information from it to come back into the body, as the body would not be able to stay alive, we will say, in your human experience without the ability of the soul being present with it. But the soul would not be able to stay maintained without the connection with its true self as well. As you see, this all works together. So the sun plays the part in allowing things to be moved and in equalized energy, and gives the power needed to the human race and to Earth herself to move energy in and out of their experience. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Laura?
I do not have a question at this time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Gina?
Yeah, I have another question about manifestation, which probably goes in line with a little bit of the answer you gave regarding healing. But I feel like I'm getting a better understanding of manifestation. But I'm wondering, I feel like my beliefs, my belief system is I have to have a continual frequency in line with whatever it is, or that vibration, whatever it is I'm wanting to manifest into my life. And feeling like there's got to be this perfectionism around it, which is the ego mind thinking. But how can you give some guidance on how, what steps could be done or insights can be gained to help us better understand how manifestation can work for us?
Again, we will attempt to help you with this. This is a concept that we do not necessarily comprehend from our level, we will take a moment to look into how it would be supportive for you to create thought forms that you can focus on. Many of you humans like to draw or write or create things with your hands. And maybe if you were to use these things to draw, create, or write, and allow yourself to focus the attention of the thought in which you want to manifest onto that object, it would give you something to hold in your physical hands that can help your mind stay in a belief frequency that it is going to be created in the physical realm around you. As really what is taking place with the manifestation process is that humans have a hard time letting go of the receiving. They ask and then they expect in this very second, I shall receive. And then in the lack of I shall receive this moment, things become hard. You start to think, where is it? Where is my manifestation? Why is it not here? What do I need out? What step did I miss? I must have created something wrong. I must think differently. Oh my goodness, how else can I create this in my life? And so you confuse yourself. You split your energy. You bring your focus back to what you do not want. And then the energy cannot get it to you. So if you were to let go of the idea that I will receive this in the next moment of this thought and realize that in your physical form, it is directly outside of your energetic field, ready to come in. But your energetic field is not physical to you. It is not seen. It is not touched. It is not necessarily even felt at times. But just because it is not seen, touched, or felt does not mean that it does not exist at all moments. So when you have a desire, when you want to create something in your reality, or what you call manifest it into your reality, you project the thought towards the item or thing that you want and desire that is already there. And then you say, come towards me. And then you wait and you trust and you allow it to move towards you as you keep the focus on that. However, as soon as you start to doubt, it does not mean at all moments and all times you must keep your focus perfectly, because as you send the thought out, it is already moving towards you. So if you have a day that you think, oh, shoot, I was doubting, it does not push it back. It doesn't mean, oh, I have to start over. It was too far out now. Now I have to refocus. No, you start where you left and you refocus, and then it continues to come towards you. If you could imagine this in your mind, it will maybe give you an idea of how to trust that more. When you meditate on an object, see it getting closer and closer and closer and closer to you in your thoughts, and see if that will give you the ability to maintain the frequency as you are in the receiving mode of the manifestation. We hope this helps.
Yes, that's been very helpful. I have one more question about my spirit animal. Can you tell me specific things my spirit animal does with me, or how they best support me that maybe I'm not aware of?
We would like to know which animal you are speaking of.
My spirit dragon. Do I have more than one spirit animal?
Well, we do see a dragon, and we do see others around you. So we wanted to make sure that you were wanting to receive specifically from this being. What is it that you would like to know?
I'm just wondering, I mean, when I asked Angie previously, or asked you, Wisdom Keepers previously in a previous channeling about how I work with them, they just said just to invite them in. But I want to know, are there specific things that this spirit dragon maybe is helping me that I'm not aware of?
He is in many ways like a watchdog for you. He likes to be around you, to protect you, and to help navigate things for you, as he is able to see things in the field of energy around you that you are unable to see. And he can give you clues or ideas, or even in lower conscious thinking warnings about your next step or idea and how it may be off track or needs to be adjusted in some type of way. He is there to support you in enhancing your gifts as well. And you can welcome him in and ask him to help you with these things as you both work together in many ways where you can be telepathically connected and receive thoughts back and forth. And this will develop more as you ascend. Until then, you will just possibly receive little nudges through thoughts, ideas, or even physical sensations at this time. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
This is Lori. I have one more question. I know a lot of people have been asking about spirit animals and that they have one. Is there any way you could tell me if I happen to have one and how it can help me?
We can look and see. One thing we want you all to know as humans is that your guides can present themselves in any form that you desire them to be. Some of you made agreements before you came to Earth that you wanted certain types of guides to be with you, or this agreement happened prior to this lifetime in another lifetime where you had something or an animal or a person with you in that lifetime that then agreed to continue with you on the journey to guide you and protect you in some type of way. However, in the current lifetime, if there is something that you connect with, you can call it in and work with it. So it's not necessarily that you would need to have a guide assigned or a spirit animal assigned to you, but it is a possible thing to have. Now, let us look in your field to see if there is one that you are working with at the current moment. We see a fox around you at this time. We hope this helps.
Yes, it does. I don't see that we have any more questions.
We have greatly enjoyed this interaction with all of you, and we hope that it benefits your ability to continue to shift your awareness so that you can manage the frequency in which you are wanting to bring to Earth. We love you deeply, and we look forward to the next time. Thank you. Ooh. All right. Let me get. All right. Bye, YouTube and TikTok. Oh, wow. There's a lot of comments. I wish I could read all those.